Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another night here with Oxygen Not Included. We're back on the Rime asteroid with our semi-frozen colony, which has been going well so far. We're on cycle 31, food and oxygen stuff's okay. Nobody's died yet, which is, you know, it's a blessing in its own right. And we haven't had any really foolish mistakes and stuff. But the colony is really cold. We're gonna have to do a little bit today to continue to expand out the colony, work on some additional heat sources so we can gradually raise the temperature in the colony and make sure that everyone is comfortable while they're living here, because nobody wants to live in a giant ice cube. We've got almost all the insulation finished around the outside. That will help keep some of the cold out and some of the warmth in once we get to the point of actually heating things up. But hopefully everything will go well enough. But welcome everyone here who's here in the chat so far, or if you are watching on the channel afterwards, welcome as well. Special shout out, of course, to our top tier channel members: Mattia Z, JDog11, Nabs1, The Scrub, Still Snow, Toolkit71, Durgan8D, and Kathleen Hart. Thank you all very much for those top tier channel memberships. Very much appreciate the support. So today we're gonna work on a couple things. I want to get some power systems going. I'd kind of like to poke out of the colony a little bit and see if we can uncover a geyser or two and find out what the deal is with those, because there are at least two of them, I think, nearby. One of them I actually spotted up here when I was loading the game. Up here we have a natural gas geyser, like just on the edge of our visibility. So that'll be good for a good power source once we get to the point that we want to use that. It is outside of our core colony area, but still will be very handy. There is the other one over here that's where we found this neutronium. We haven't uncovered this one, so I'm not sure what it is. I guess we could just take a look with the priority system. This one is apparently a polluted water vent, which will be handy in its own right, because that'll give us an incoming source of water that I won't have to complain about. It will need to be cleaned and stuff, and it has a lot of germs and things in it, but that's relatively easily managed in the long run in favor of getting something that produces a good water source, so that's good overall. Hey, Layman, how are you? Why did I start 2 minutes early? I thought it was on time. I don't know. Whatever. I'm more of an approximate start time rather than an exact start time usually. I think I remember you got 2 cool Steam ones and 1 hidden one. Oh, that's nice. So one of the traits we actually picked for this colony was for it to be geoactive. So there should be a fair number of those geysers hiding around. It'll just be a function of uncovering them and figuring out what's going to be useful and what's not useful, so we can make use of it. Body temperature already? How is that an issue down here? These things need like at least 10 degrees, and we're slipping below that point already. So we will have to get our temperature sorted. Down here, I think, is where we're going to produce some power, and I'm going to let the CO2 that comes out of our coal power generator just kind of flow out here and help warm things up a little bit. I think actually the water that comes out of the polluted geyser is also warm, so we might use that as a means of heating things up. We might like pump it and then cycle it through our colony and then clean it and dump it into someplace else. Should be all right, I guess. Richard with the super chat. Never seen so much water in your runs. Yeah, it's pretty uncommon for us to have this much water around, so that's not too bad. They're still grabbing stuff from under the water though, which I'm not really thrilled about. This over here, I started to build this. I've decided I think I actually just want to wall it off here, with the intention to continue to dig down here, and then as a means to get underneath our water supply as well. All of this needs to be mopped up though, so our duplicants don't complain about having nasty feet all the time. Hope we get some large lava eggs in the printing pod. Oh, lava eggs. Oh, yes, yes. But the poor things would freeze. They really would. I wouldn't take them. Not until we had an environment that was set up specifically for them. We'd have to crank out some intense heat to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, they just die off. I'm just happy that even though the colony's cold, we still have a decent supply of food going on. You know, we're up at like 61,000. I've only taken 10 duplicants. We're going to stop there for now. We'll just stay at 10 while we get everything kind of set up and running. I'd like to get our plumbed-in bathroom set up today, too. Looking at our temperature layout, you can see the batteries produce a little bit of heat. It's not a lot, but I'm going to scatter a few more of those things around to try to add some additional heat in here as well. Now, these aren't necessarily going to be of any great utility, except that they can add some extra warmth in here. The duplicate will have to run on the treadmill a little bit longer to charge these things up, but once they do, they'll produce heat just by virtue of holding a charge, and the charge gets depleted over time. So it's not perfect, but this is an easy way to get some heat earlier in the game and then not have to actually expend any effort or, well, aside from the one duplicate running, we won't really have to expend any extra effort to make it happen. Yeah, we're going to make coal generators to start, and then we'll go from there. I'm the one in the subtropical climate. It was 95 degrees here. Oh, my goodness, Courtney. Yeah, no, definitely not 95 here. It was a little chilly today. Actually, the last week has been a little chilly. We're supposed to get some really hot weather later this week, I think, but we'll see what happens. I also need to get the floors cleaned up. So if you look at our decor, it's kind of a little bit nasty in some places because we have a lot of junk sitting on the ground. And then to add, adding to that, all the stuff that's sitting on the ground is cold, so that's just perpetuating the cold too. Hey Petra, how are you? Finally got up to stream. We only just started. It's only a couple minutes in, so you didn't miss much. Hour north of Edmonton? Oh, yeah. Is that up like... Wait, how far north is Cold Lake from Edmonton? Is that up that way? Oh, it looks like we have a duplicate skill we can spend points on. Ooh, J-Dog. J-Dog's already mastered researching things, so I guess we'll go down here to improve tinkering. Dan Higgy, we can put him up here, so he's got the super hard digging. Brittle Lou, we had her working on farming. I should probably go into ranching with her now, so we can actually start to focus a little bit on our shine bugs, get them taken care of. Not that they're, I mean, shine bugs don't really add necessarily that much to the game, but I kind of like having them around. Beats letting them die off, I guess. Love watching our long vids, but never caught a stream. Yeah, normally I stream for about 2 hours when I go live. We'll probably stream until about midnight Eastern time tonight. Is the ladder far enough down on the south? No, it's not. They won't get down there. Well, they can come in this way, but I don't really want them to go in that way, so... Oh, they blocked it off. No, we can't go down there. So, nope, we definitely need more ladder. We should probably go down here and get the excellent food that's down here, too. My only concern is that it's pretty cold down here. So I don't necessarily want to crack into that a little bit too soon. I do want a place for the CO2 that we produce to kind of drop down a bit. We're going to harness the heat from our coal power generator, but... I want to let the CO2 go somewhere at least. Turn on the light and hurt your eyes. Here in Dallas area, it was like 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that's pretty warm. Yikes. Yeah, it's supposed to get something like 40 here, I think, later this week, I heard. And I think 40 Celsius to Fahrenheit is 104. I don't know whether it's going to get to be that temperature or not, but that's what I heard. I think it's supposed to feel like 40, Durgan. Not like be like 40 before humidity. Oh, no, don't. Okay. You know, you guys. Stop this. No, stop that. You guys have got to get out of here. You can't go in. You know, I'm going to put a door here instead. Oh, no, I can't. A door won't. Well, actually, I can use it in this. I want the CO2 to go through, so I don't necessarily want a full-on door, but let's, if we can put a priority on this, maybe they'll build it before somebody else goes in there and gets trapped. The last thing we need is a drowning death early on, particularly since any body trapped down here is going to start making polluted water, and that'd be kind of gross. Nobody wants to drink that. Okay, good. They got that finally. Okay, that'll seal that off, but it'll let the CO2 through. Gotta love Clay Games. They don't have a lot of games, so you know each one's gonna be well made. Yeah, and they do a really good job of supporting them over time too. Oh, I finished a research. We gotta go tackle that. So I kind of want to do some ranching stuff now that we have somebody who can do the ranching. So let's tuck into that up here. Let's go, whatever. We'll get the whole thing. Let them work on all that. How's our oxygen doing? Alright, not bad. CO2 is starting to climb a little bit. It's going to climb even more when we put a generator in. So we will need to build... a system to scrub the CO2 as well. I'll probably maybe install that right over here. We'll kind of tackle it at this level. Or I could go down one level and try to oxygenate everything above. Maybe I'll do that. My only concern is I want to kind of limit the number of water sieves that I'm using to tackle everything, because I want to have a bathroom system. I'm thinking over on this side over here, we'll put like kitchens and then like a mess hall. And actually, we can put a mess hall in right now. I don't even need to wait for anything for that. We'll throw a mess hall in here with our fancy water cooler, wherever that is. There it is. Fancy water cooler, and then we need mess tables. Just enough for 10 of them to fit in there. This battery is going to be a bit of a nuisance, but I'll take it out eventually. Oh yeah, you got on a newish colony. Yeah, we're only like 30 cycles in. Just started playing on Rime, the last stream, actually. Most you're seeing is 25. I don't know, it was my wife that mentioned like 40 degrees. Maybe she was exaggerating for effect. One of those things where like, this time of year, we always seem to get like one day or 2 days where we'll get like a really warm spell. Things will be abnormally hot. Okay. Choose a blueprint. Just gonna bring in the curative tablets. We're gonna stay at 10 duplicants for the moment. I'll eventually expand this out. We'll get more duplicants, but I just want to get everything kind of set up first. I normally just race ahead and take duplicants as fast as possible, and then we scramble to keep up for the sake of entertainment. But being a new asteroid, we'll stop at 10 for now. Jess with the super chat. Put battery behind door to heat adjacent room. You mean like a door over here and put the battery outside? Could maybe, actually, if we had a cold area out here, we could use it for food storage. And then the duplicants would, have preserved food or whatever. Why are you, what have you done with the real fox? Sorry, Mickey. Playing a little different this time. This is the newer, more conservative version of me. The regular one's locked in a closet somewhere. I just want them to go and, like, tidy up and finish the building stuff I've already told them. I always give them so many orders, and then I'm sitting around waiting for them to do them and wondering why they weren't working faster. But really, it's just that I totally overwork all my duplicants. Occupational health and safety. You always restart your colonies. You can never work on one. I always find by the time I'm a few hundred cycles in, I'm getting the itch to build a new colony. I like the whole process of like starting it out in the beginning and setting all the new stuff up and going through all the research and unlocking things, and that stuff I really enjoy. Yeah, this is a pretty organized colony right now. Normally it gets a lot more chaotic because I bring in duplicants faster, and then I don't tend to keep to a good organizational structure. Door mesh, mesh door between battery and the room you want to heat. That way no industrial equipment in the room. Oh, yeah. You can already see it's already helping. Like, it's like 4 or 5 degrees above zero over here. Well, it's fluctuating a lot, I guess. All the gases are moving around. Versus -3. Doesn't help a lot. It's not making a big difference yet. They do warm up eventually. I think it just takes a little while to get there. Especially if they run out of power. I gotta get the generator going. So the nice thing is, with the cooler temperatures, we don't have to worry as much about the materials that we build things like coal generators out of. So we're gonna build coal generators down here. I'm gonna do 2 of them, I guess. We'll put a storage bin in between. Actually, it's going to be maybe a little bit more power than I want right here. We'll just do 1 for now. Set up a storage bin here. Eventually, I'm going to build a separate power area. And then we'll use that to power the broader colony. But I want to isolate it so I can use heavy watt wire, and I won't have a huge negative decor impact if I do that. My advice isn't poor, it's just uncommon and idiotic. Nice. Your Rime has been at 20 dupes for 250 of its 350 cycles. Nice. Yeah, I normally play, I'll go usually between like 18 to 25 duplicants in most of my colonies. Every now and then I've gotten crazy and just taken one every time. Hey, Brittany. Cookies. Hope you're sharing. Did you make a lot? You need at least 170. And people have to figure out how to get them. Sort of maybe 20 colonies, they always begin to fall apart and haven't made it to rockets yet. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've crashed some colonies good. Usually, more often than not, I run into problems with colonies if, you know, in those ones where I've just gone crazy and taken a ton of duplicants. If I play more conservatively like I am now, we shouldn't run into really any problems. You know, aside from if I don't notice that a duplicant's trapped or something. But food-wise, oxygen-wise, resource consumption-wise, we're gonna burn so much less, like, you know, like half of the oxygen and food we would normally consume, so it takes a lot less to keep it going. Freeze Grave still has not gone south. Nope, we're good so far. The carbon skimmers create heat. They don't. They have a fixed output. So if we go to the carbon skimmer... Actually, yeah, so the polluted water they're gonna put out is the temperature of the input material. So, yeah, they do actually put out some heat. 1,000 DTUs. So even the carbon skimmer will be a net positive for us. Temperature-wise, anyway. So used to them not overheating, but yeah, they do. They definitely do heat up. I think it's the water sieve I was thinking of that has a fixed temperature output. Refinement, water sieve. Oh, even they produce heat. A little bit of it. 4 kDTUs. So the carbon skimmer actually produces quite a bit. Oh, it's 1 kDTU. So it's less than the sieve. Hey, Sovereign Prax, how you doing? I started another on the last stream, actually. Yeah. So we decided to play the Rime asteroid. I'm using the royal we, but really it was me. I decided to play the Rime asteroid last time because I hadn't tried it out yet. So I thought, this will be fun to play around with. See what's what. Okay, this is a mess hall so far. To get it to a great hall, we'll have to get rid of the battery, and we'll... Actually, no, the battery's fine. We don't need the... I don't have to worry about that. It's not industrial machinery, but we do have to get a decor item of plus 20 in there. Otherwise, it's just going to qualify as a mess hall. So the mess hall will give us a plus 3 morale bonus. If we get this up to a great hall, we'll get a plus 6. Not that we necessarily need it right now. Stress is at 0. Last time you played Rime, drove you insane. Too damn cold. Well, it's pretty chilly, but... Yeah, no, the batteries are fine. No issue there. I probably should have used a small battery, though, instead of a big one, but... What can you do? Alright, let's maybe put a little rush on our power generation. We can stop our duplicate from running on the treadmill so much. Whoops. We will need to set up carbon, like a CO2 solution, though, if we're going to be doing this. This I want to be set to coal. We'll set it maybe to a priority 6. Let them stock it in there a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't have the smart batteries unlocked yet. No, we do actually. We just need a refinement method. Maybe we can put that right below. Let's see. We've got our rock crusher. We can put that right down here. How much power does this thing take? Rock crusher, 240 watts. So we'll have to be a little bit conscious of the power. So we only have a few things that are drawing power. 120, 180 if you look at our research stuff. That's pretty much it at the moment. So this is a good time to use the rock crusher, I guess. It's not going to cost us a lot that way. Rock crushers get kind of warm, but that's all right because it'll add more heat down here. Oh, I didn't look at the wallpaper mod. I really should. I still haven't added any mods. There's a few mods that I want to plug in. The one that changes the overlay, so you can see like the different gases and stuff in this overlay is one I want to install. That one sounds really handy. Sounds really similar to how the game used to be a long time ago before they modified the layout a little bit. Oh, we don't need this anymore. Let's turn this off. Save our duplicants a little bit of diarrhea. Those mush bars, they're not good for the bowels. Fossil fuels. Natural gas generator would be good because we have a natural gas geyser we can tap into. So we might as well go that route, I guess. Check out falling sand too. What? Our sand's in good shape. Consumable ore, where is it? No, filtration medium rather. We have 62.9 tons of sand. Unless you're saying there's falling sand somewhere else here. Warm's good in this colony. It is, yeah. If we can create an area that's particularly hot, we can actually use it as a radiant system. We could send some pipes behind it and use those to kind of flow out into the area of the colony we want to keep warm. Only here for a few seconds before you fall asleep. Well, have a good sleep, Alex, if we don't hear from you later. Oh, falling sand is a mod. Oh, I see. Okay. I see what you mean. Okay, let's get a little priority over here. Let's tackle all this stuff as a priority. Our colony's kind of ugly as sin, but we'll get that resolved eventually also. Ooh, do we have fire poles yet? Yeah, fire poles. Just gonna make those out of copper, but get a fire pole down each side. Just to make duplicate life more fun as well as easy. Do we even have a duplicate who's supposed to clean stuff up? Well, that's a good question. Priority-wise, I don't think I necessarily have anybody really focused on tidying. Where is it? Tidying, there we go. Yeah, I don't have anybody necessarily focused on it. Nope. But they'll still do the job. It's just a question of whether they have other things that are more important, like building, digging, that kind of stuff. We're gonna grab that coal, even though we have tons of it already. You only have some utilize at priority 7 with everything else at priority 5. At this rate, you won't harvest when you need to. Huh? Oh. There we go. I mean, we get to put somebody at farming as their... Well, where are we here? Farming. And we have some... Britta Lou has a slightly higher priority for farming, so she'll go tackle that stuff a little bit, too. I want to avoid using too many priority settings this time around, I think. Normally, I set a priority for everybody to focus on what their individual job skill is, but I'm thinking like the less priorities that I use, it might be a little bit better because they'll just kind of more naturally do other things. I think I over-prioritize sometimes. Let's go down and get some air systems. Yeah, that'll work. You have no idea why fire poles are ugly. The fun factor of reducing negative decor. Did they reduce decor? I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, decor -5. That's funny. But when I use copper, it gives it a plus 10%. So I don't know how that works. It's kind of a weird thing. I guess we could make them out of gold, and then they might like it a little more. Not that we found any yet. While playing on this frozen rock, you can make as many heat-producing things as you want. Yeah, pretty much. You need like all the heat you can get, for the most part. Okay. Let's make sure the CO2 doesn't overtake too much. I'm going to set up on this side. Oh, I'm going to need a pump. Maybe I should have made a door over here. Mistakes were made, I think. I should have put a door here. Oops, not that. We want a liquid pump in the water down here. We're going to set that up with some insulated piping. So I want to run this through my farm, though. I mean, it's insulated, but I mean, eventually I might want to swap this out for irrigated farming, but for now, well, I guess we'll just... oh, come on. They built the pipe before they built anything else. That little segment of pipe is built right there. Okay, we'll send this up and out the door here. I'm going to send it all the way across to here because we need to inject some water into this system. Like so. Well, where's our oxygen scrubber, or carbon scrubber, rather? If I was in the right tab. Alright, there's our carbon skimmer. We'll stick that over here. And we'll set up our loop over here. I'm going to use regular liquid piping instead of the insulated kind this time. So input will go into here. Output can go into here. Set this wonderful thing up on our power supply. Oh, and we'll need power over here too, I guess. There we go. The only reason I'm going to have a pneumatic door on there is because I want to seal this off so the duplicants don't keep going into the water. After they're finished building, anyway. Doors are how the pee gets in. Well, we're going to dig down farther here. I'm not intending to stop here. This is the area I'm going to continue to dig down and make it into like a reservoir kind of thing for CO2. That way, anything that spills down will just fall. It'll go past the door. All right, build this stuff quickly so I can seal this door. I don't want you guys running around out there. It's cold in that water. Poor duplicates are getting hypothermia. Gold's a really bad metal for poles. The skin sticks to it and some people are allergic. Nice. Gold is inert, yeah. In the sense that it won't react with other chemicals. Okay. Where are we? Smart storage, solid transport. Not that we don't have anyone who has the ability for it yet, but we'll do the research, I guess. Gotta research something. Chilly water is not a good thing. Yeah, it's a little cold. It's like 8 degrees. So it's not like it's frozen, but it's definitely not warm. This pump's gonna have to be moved down eventually. Okay, that's connected. It's well oxygenated, at least. The duplicants aren't lacking for air right now. Keep running them in the water, you'll need to rename them to Jack and Rose. Oh, there we go. They're done in here now. So let's set it so they can't go in, but they can go out. And that will stop that. Poor little duplicants. I'm going to move our micro busher over here too. I want to move our kitchen ultimately. So, in medicine, we can grab another wash basin here. Then we'll get our micro musher. We'll set an electric grill in here. And then just because I don't want our duplicants having to run too far, if it actually gets to the point where they need to use the micro musher, we're going to put a little pitcher pump right here with a liquid vent. We'll connect that up with some insulated piping. Actually, I should do that the other way around. Let's put the vent on the other side, just so the duplicants don't have any temptation to run in this water. Pitcher pump here, we'll do liquid vent on the other side. There we go. So this will be our new kitchen space, and then we'll destroy the one that's over here, and I'll probably put in showers in this place. Give our duplicates a place to get clean. No one likes a smelly duplicant. Need cookies. Cookies. Titanium is also known as Widowmaker material. It behaves almost the opposite of steel when machining it. That's strange. You heard it here, folks. They're duplicants, not duplicans. Next to your ladder and fire pole on each floor, you should have some. You leave some dirt to plant a pip Or for a pip to plant and turn your ladders into natural reserve. I don't have any pips. So that can present a problem. I also don't have any dirt. I've already dug it all up. I mean, we might get some pip eggs out of the printing pod eventually, but it's definitely not something we have right now. Let's set this for direction left. No smelly duplicates in an enclosed space. It'll smell like a high school locker room. It'll be great. Oh, these are done down here. Comp settings. We can copy all down those. So we have a reasonable amount of storage now, at least. Okay, I'm going to put a sweeping job at a priority 7 and get them to clean up the bedroom area. At the very least, when they go to sleep at night, they should try to give them at least a reasonable place to go to sleep. Problem with me is I'm not a person. I'm a loose assortment of hobbies. You've already sunk cash into a sewing machine, a kiln, and a bunch of other... Oh. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. Hey, Kaboom. Welcome. Julia Child's food video. I have trouble watching food videos. They always make me hungry. Played this asteroid briefly. It looks like the only animals that don't die due to low temps are the crabs. Basically, just preserve any critters you can get at all costs if you want to keep them. Yeah, so the critters will have like a preferred temperature range. Oh man. What's the hatch in here? All right, search database source. Oh, there we go. So they're levelable minus 30 to plus 70. So the hatches we shouldn't have to worry too much about as long as they stay in the core area. Anything outside of our core, it is going to get colder over time. The inside should stay relatively similar. We'll warm it up a bit, but it probably won't get too crazy in here. Shovel eggs. Shovels are great, but I can't feed them. Mind you, I could accidentally have an accident with them. Or I could almost double my copper. Our food's in a pretty good spot right now. I think I'm just going to take the copper. And you guys just found, yeah, there's 2 that we found. I haven't uncovered one of them, but we know that it's a polluted water geyser. So we have a polluted water geyser here, and then up here we have a natural gas geyser. Natural gas will be really handy for power later. Oh, I set this up and I wanted to make some copper ore. We need to go start gathering some of the metal that's out here because I'm actually a little bit low on copper. It is less than ideal. Shovel omelets. Oh, I gotta connect this up with the power over here now too. We're getting more and more things connected to the power grid, but still not a lot that really requires a lot of consumption. The batteries haven't been hooked up, even though I got them sitting around. See, yeah, this is already warming things. This poor one's up here all by itself. It's got a real battle. There's not enough other things up there producing heat. Copper ore, just like Grandma made. Just let them live and die naturally. They make 200 kilocalories a day. In terms of meat or egg production, I mean. If they live and die naturally, they'll get like the egg to replace themselves, but and then you get the meat, I guess, when they die. But oh, punch that button. Work harder. Poor Brittleloo. Okay, just go down here. That'll get us a supply of water for the kitchen. It's gonna be cold water, but it's better than no water, I guess. What else have we got in here? Our poor duplicates. The water is gonna be like cold when I set up the showers. They're gonna have cold water showers. It's a good thing we get new duplicants from the printing pod. Not not through other means. Hazard protection, transit tubes, not really about that. I guess we go into art and culture and stuff. It's gonna be a while before we have any fiber to work with, though. No composting yet? We have composting out here. Oh, this bottle, bottle emptier I didn't set for polluted water, though. Now we got that. Okay, so that's good. They can pick up all those bottles finally. Send it through a sieve to warm it? Yeah, the sieve will output it at a fixed temperature. It's like 40 degrees, I think it comes out at. Where is it? Refinement. Water comes out. The combined temperature of the input materials. So it used to say on here that it would output a certain amount at a certain temperature. But now it's like I thought there was a minimum temperature for the sieve. I don't know whether they changed it. They did push some updates recently. So I'm pretty sure it comes out at the temperature of the materials you put in, or like a fixed temperature of like 30 or 40 degrees. Oh, for the showers. Yeah, yeah. So that there's whatever's in this loop will be fine. When Brothgart used the rock crusher in his Super Dupe series, one punch and it was finished. Oh, really? It must be affected by the strength of the duplicant. That's funny. Shovels of Oleg is the best prince in the whole game. 5 wild shovels living in a single tile hanging in the air can feed a dupe forever. They're broken. What are we lacking here? Oh, it's waiting water. Give me my piping, duplicants. What else I come on the base 40 degrees Celsius plus the temp of the water sand? Well, it's an either or scenario, I thought. I thought it was like the combined temperature of the inputs or 40 degree minimum if it's less than that. If we overproduce / pump oxygen to the colony, that will give all the dupes the sunny disposition. No, I don't think so. Yeah, the shine bug's in the sleeping room. I gotta get them out of there. We researched the ranching stuff, so we can put a critter feeder down lower. Then we'll track the shine bugs down here. Trouble is gonna be that I don't have any phosphorite to feed them. We're gonna have to go out of the colony to get it. Where's the easiest spot to get phosphorite? I guess it's on that left-hand side. Something like way up there, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to feed them right away. I'm reluctant to kill them. I'm almost willing right now to let our duplicants have a poor sleep just in favor of not having the shine bugs die off. Because we've only got a few of them in here. See if it does increase the temp by about 5 degrees Celsius, but you lose that fast moving the water out. Yeah. Well, it's cold in here too, so. All I think of it as a dang old Primate game. Only at 7 million years right now, college keeps too busy. Yeah, it does take a fair amount of time to do the grinding and exploring and stuff necessary to get ahead in that game. Yeah, that's working well over there. As long as they don't take the water to run across there, I'd kind of like them to go down here to get the water. I guess in the end it doesn't really matter, but I don't want too many of them running through here to clean their hands. Just make extra hauling for this particular wash basin. What party city do you have the mealwood plants farm at? These are at 7. But I mean, they have 98,000 kilocalories, and this food storage box is full, so kind of not a big issue right now. I'm kind of tempted to open like a door here and put a storage outside where I can put food in the dining hall. Oh, it's overflowing. Ah, that's not good. That's not what I wanted. We'll give them a little extra step here, I guess, and we'll keep that working. Oh, Oh man, it really overflowed. Clean up on aisle 6. Stop that thing from. I didn't think it would make it over that little bump of wall. That'll learn me. I think the issue might be that I didn't put a block above here to limit the incoming water flow. I don't really want the walking and water in here if I can avoid it. Oh well. It'll work. It's fine. It's just a little nasty. It's still good. It's still good. Shine bugs. What do you have down here? Oh, I can feed them bristleberries. That's funny. I'm not prepared to do that, though. That's too much food for them. It's too foody, that food. We can do home luxuries, or I guess we could do like hazardous stuff. We're kind of at that point now where I don't really care what we research. Smelting could be all right. Let's do it. Let's go this way. Get our glass forge and everything going. Water right under the wash basin. Big puddle. Oh yeah, they cleaned that up. This needs to be set a little bit higher priority. Not a lot higher, but a little bit. They need to start picking up all these polluted water bottles. This man is a genius? Where? I don't see him. If you freeze the water, the dupes won't walk in it. Yeah, they'll be walking on it instead. If you want to give them food as food, you need to have the stable in CO2, otherwise the food spoils. Yeah, well, it's down here in CO2. Well, it was in CO2 until this thing started cleaning up. Now, the nice thing is the CO2 coming out of this thing should be relatively warm, so we're getting temperatures through here that are a little bit nicer, but it's just hovering right above that point where the mealwood won't grow. It's not this one little coal generator is not quite doing enough. There we go. That's they're still gonna get wet when they jump in there. I'm gonna see what happens when they pump this for the first time. I want to see what happens. Is it gonna flow up and get too high again? I think it might. Yep. Well, that's suboptimal. I think what I want to do then is drop down just a little bit here. Try to move this system down. Genius or madness? Lou was talking to me. Sorry, where's Lou? I don't see Lou. Liquid temperature with the thermal sensor set for 20 degrees Celsius in the main water. It will warm the bottom of the base. Yep, that works too. I could actually set up a separate power generator for that even. Utilities. Liquid temperature takes 960 watts, so we would need a separate... Well, we need like a couple coal generators for that. I don't really have the power output just yet. But soon. Soon. Print oxalite, because we need oxygen. Or not. It's almost too easy getting air for 10 duplicants. You can rotate the pitcher pump? No. Pitcher pump, unfortunately, does not allow rotation. I really wish it could. Be nice to have the handle on the other side. Lou is your liquid regulator? Okay. That's the wrong color oxygen for a Fox stream. Who are you? You'd have to go back and look at older streams. I always had my colonies that oxygenated. It's only the recent ones where I was not exactly keeping up with the requirement. Alright, what can we do art-wise to make our fancy room up here a little nicer? It's, the temperature, this battery up here is not doing a lot to help with the temperature. There's too much lack of heat otherwise. Ooh, actually, if I set this for mush fry, no, not mush fry, I want, pickled meal lice. It doesn't specifically benefit me much, but it will produce heat as they're using the cooktop. You end up with the same amount of kilocalories of food out of it, but maybe our chef will get in there and there you go. Make that heat. It's not making a difference. It's gonna take a while to get that hot enough. Oh, you know why this isn't heating up? It's we've got too much cold stuff sitting in front of it. Desperately need some sweepers. Let's go into priorities. We'll take some, well, actually, skill-wise, we should have some skills earned. We want somebody who's going to be focused on tidying. Who can we spare? We're not really doing a lot of digging right now, so we could technically take one of our diggers and put them on tidying. They both have the same skill level, so that's fine. I guess we'll put you on tidying. He's fully researched. We should probably work towards more operating. We want to get the mechatronics engineer available. Mastered out on the art, so that's pretty good. I guess you can work on tidying also. Doopy McDoopface. Oh, good old Doopy. Zach Ryan, we got maxed out construction. I guess we can send you down here for carrying as well. And for carrying Poblani Pepper. Max out construction. Britta, we can go to max out ranching. Give you a fancy new hat. Scrub's already maxed out cooking, so I guess we'll go with carrying. And then Sir Giorgio. We can't get the mechatronics engineer yet, but we go to supplying, and we'll have a couple duplicants, hopefully, that can do some mechatronic stuff. That would be alright. This is a polluted water geyser output at like 30 degrees Celsius. Perfect for your base. Yeah, it probably does. My intention is to tap into that and then use it as a like a mechanism for kind of warming things up a little bit. What I want to do ultimately is like have it snake through the base a little bit and then run it through a water sieve and dump it into our water supply. Oh, I blocked this whole thing up. Actually, it doesn't really matter. It's not moving anywhere right now anyway. I should have used a pipe bridge here so I could disconnect this without making a mess. Named your other regulators. Taz the thermal regulator and Gil's your gas regulator. Oh, I see. Does somebody enjoy tidying? I don't think so. I'm fairly certain none of them prefer that job, but we're going to give it to them anyway. Tidying. There you go. Full on priority tidying. Does drywall hide electrical plumbing and stuff? It does, yeah. The hard part with this is all of our materials are really cold, so if we build drywall, it will actually keep the area cold. It gets to be kind of a nuisance. Clean all this up. There we go. Now it's starting to warm up over here a little bit. Let's sweep up the mess hall in here so we can get the decor in there improved a little bit. Who cares what dupes want? Will you lower the water level in the kitchen? Oh, yeah, I meant to do that. Okay, hold on. We need to gotta deconstruct this thing. Deconstruct that. Deconstruct these. This can go. Won't need this anymore. Oh, they tied it up nice and quick in here. That'll help a little bit with temperatures in the dining area. Won't be like a ton, but a little bit. Okay, in here we're going to need new liquid vent in the corner. We can start that. And then, where'd it go? There you go, pitcher pump in here. Oh, we need piping here too, I guess. Probably want this connected, otherwise it's not gonna work. There, that's better. Okay, so now they won't be walking in water. The water level will stay consistently below the pitcher pump, and that should all be fine. How long did it take you to learn the game? Do you know all the mechanics? I mean, I know pretty much most of the mechanics, yeah. I don't know, I've been playing the game for a couple years, and the game has evolved over time. It was in early access, and they've been changing and adding things a lot through development, so every time a new update came out, it was like a new learning process to figure out the stuff that they'd added. So I don't know exactly how long it took me, because they just kept changing for such a long period of time. Give all your dupes the farting trait, make cheaper fuel. Got me. The hard part with the flatulence trait is that they do it around your crops, and then your crops don't grow right because they keep getting stifled. They're actually putting in an update that it didn't work properly when they did it, but they're working on one where the crops will check a bigger surrounding area for gases, so that those individual little pockets, like, see how like you get like these little pockets of CO2. This one's only like 20 grams. Oh, maybe they did put it back in. It seems to be working pretty good. You'd get these individual little pockets that would drift along, and they would stifle your crops on the way by. But for the most part, it was fine, so. Thanks for answering. Great voice, by the way. Thanks, Matt Joe. Oddly enough, that's like the #1 compliment I get. It was not at all what I would have anticipated when I started. Alright, you know, I'm not gonna worry about the battery here. Let's get rid of this thing. I want to make a little more room for decor. Furniture. I don't think I have any granite yet. Oh, I do have a little bit of granite. We can put some granite crown molding in here. We'll do a large. Oh, actually, I don't have it unlocked yet. We can get the really big sculpture soon. We can put it like right here at the end. It'd be like eating a Tao, like the giant sculpture at the end of the statue. Some hanging pots in here would be good. What I don't know is if I have enough seeds in here to plant it all. Brittany with the super chat. Fox, they're trying to steal my cookies. Oh no. You're supposed to send all the cookies to me. Let me steal the cookies. Let's make this one a mirth leaf because we're running out of briar seeds. I gotta dig out a little bit more in this central area and try to find some other seeds I can plant. Look at all this hexlant down here. That's good eats. Ooh, this is almost out of water, too. Almost out of the waters. Uh-oh. Body temperature. Oh, the mirth leaf requires 20 to 50. That's not going to grow there. It's a little too chilly for mirth leaf. That was weird. It made a double sound effect. What's going on there? Nope. All right. Just making sure I didn't have like another application running that picks up sound. Cryptic commands cookie offering. Cookies. Nom, nom. Do an ice sculpture. Just what we need to freeze out our poor duplicants even more. This is so backwards. I'm used to that scenario where our colony is really more focused on trying to heat things up cool things down than heat things up. I'm gonna build showers first before we get to the plumbed-in bathroom, I think. We'll give them like 3 showers. Oh, this is still sitting here. We can deconstruct this thing. These don't have to be in a room because they won't benefit from being in a room anyway. I don't think they added any shower room. Park, nature reserve, stable, greenhouse, power plant, hospital. Nope. No benefit for the showers, so we'll put them down here. Real men stream Borderlands 3. Yeah, I doubt I'll be playing Borderlands 3 on the channel. It's I suspect the content is not really a good fit for the channel, but I'm kind of interested in the game, I confess. Okay. Let's, this is gonna be a little bit messy to set up, actually. I need to tap in a little differently. I don't think we have any that has plumbing. Alright, so all of our inputs I'm gonna send in through the bottom here. All the outputs we'll send out this way. I'm not gonna bother insulating it. I'm gonna let the warmth kind of heat things up a little bit. I need to get this over to the polluted water over this side. We'll see how that works out. I need an overflow on here also, though. Should I overflow the clean water or the polluted? I think I'm gonna overflow the polluted water. Actually, there's a lot of water out here already. If I overflow the clean water, I gotta have a place to store it. And I didn't really account for that. So I think I'm going to overflow the polluted water for now. I can't. Wait a minute, I can do it off here, I guess. What a mess I've made. Ah, this darn carbon skimmer. It's making things more complicated than I want it to be. What about CrypticFox Unleashed or Twitter? Aren't those for not family-friendly stuff? Yeah, but the thing I've been struggling with, Evel, is that getting enough time to do enough things to keep up with this channel has been a bit of an adventure on top of work and family life. So I always feel bad when I make things for another source. So like if I put it on Twitch or put it on that other channel, because I'm probably doing it in lieu of doing something for this channel. And that doesn't feel good to me, so I haven't really been doing it, but... If I had more time, if this was like a full-time gig for me, which is not likely to ever happen, then that might be more of a probability. But right now, I just can't find the time. Ever consider streaming Remnant from the Ashes? Gained good reviews for an indie, as did Greedfall. Yeah, no, I haven't seen Remnant from the Ashes actually. Do you have reservoirs? Yes, they fill, but somewhere a plumber's having a fit. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Like, what on earth are you doing? Choose blueprint. Larva eggs. All right. We'll probably just make omelets out of them because, frankly, it's too cold in here. I can't have larvae around here. I've considered playing Minecraft modded. There's some. I did actually consider playing Minecraft. I actually put a poll up on the channel on the community tab to see what kind of response I would get from people about playing Minecraft. Honestly, I'm a little bit, I'm almost weary to play Minecraft now. Because, I mean, A, it's so saturated now that it wasn't before, but, and B, with all the stuff that's been happening with YouTube and this whole COPPA scandal business, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to play something they might label as being like a kid-targeted audience. Let's connect that. This is going to require the injection of more waters. Oddly enough. Okay, so I started to build this out to the side there, but I didn't necessarily want to do that. I guess I should, let's send this down. We'll go up through the wall, and we'll dump it out here. My only concern with the way that I have this set up is that I might actually end up expending too much water with the carbon skimmer. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hey Gil, what's the oxygen status? I like Skyblock Minecraft, but all the servers for it are selling perks. Oh, I see, yeah. Seems like I might like Sky Factory, something like that. By the way, what's that mud-looking stuff? Oh, this is this over here is ice. It's just not cold enough to be completely solid, so it's showing that it's starting to melt a bit. Time to do it family friendly and start drinking on camera and cussing. I mean, we don't necessarily need to swear and stuff. It's just like, I don't know what's gonna happen with the whole kid targeted stuff. It depends on how they decide to classify things as being either specifically intended for kids or what. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Inquiring minds want to know and all that. So we'll see. Draw the polluted water from the reservoir, you dump it in the bathrooms, and you'll never run out. The carbon scrubber covers the toilet to... Yeah, well, when I get the actual toilets in here, I won't be as concerned about it. I just want to see what happens when it... I mean, theoretically, it could back up, but I don't think it can at the moment because there's not enough water in here. But we'll see. When I get the toilets in, that might make a slight difference. And I should actually start swapping these out. We'll do them a toilet at a time. One happy shower duplicate. They kind of get warmed up a little bit, too, when they shower, I think. Not a lot, but a little bit. Let's give them some decor so when they shower, they can feel like they're enjoying themselves. Hopefully it won't be the statues where the little Cupid duplicant is staring at them in the shower. Oh, research done. Man, we're almost finished with the research at this point. A lot of like fiddly ones to do. Let's go this way. Go all over to jetpacks. Halted for body temperature. It's too cold over here. 5 degrees. It's not warm enough. Gotta work on the heating. Takes 1,500 cycles to fill a 4x4 reservoir with full bathrooms and natural gas generators and 3 synth fertilizers. Nice. Upgrade the sinks. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade them, but I'm gonna do it one at a time. So, excuse me. So we're gonna do one of these at the same time. The plumbing, we'll throw in a lavatory, and then we need medical for the sink. Input. Output. Plummet right into there. This is a messy, snaky, awful pipe layout I've done. Only because I have this carbon skimmer sitting in here. I should just destroy the carbon skimmer and figure it out later. Just connected the polluted to the clean? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. This pipe bridge here is jumping over top of the clean to connect into the polluted. I recognize it looks kind of weird. So I need this actually to build a little additional water in here before I get too many toilets going, because it's not actually filling this up. I should maybe set this as a... Oh, right here it is. Yeah, hold on. There, polluted, clean. There we go. That's where it was connected. Might have seen worse pipes in your bases. Oh, yeah. Those dupes have the right idea. You hit the shower. Night, y'all. See you, Megan. Thanks for popping into the stream. I wonder if I should set the priority to go to the lavatories over the showers. If we deconstruct right here, I could put a pipe bridge in here. And that'll mean that the water will prefer to flow to the toilets instead of the showers. That way the showers will only be used if the water is available. But we'll make sure that the toilets are always getting the priority. The showers are nice to have, but the toilets are kind of must-have. If I, with the current setup, the carbon skimmer has priority over the toilet, so could back up eventually. Yeah, I should actually, where do I want to shift that over? It's gonna be a really weird setup. I know. I said the showers weren't a priority, but this way, the water should prefer to go into the bathrooms and showers, and then only go into the skimmer if there's the excess water available. And this should also prevent the skimmer from getting rid of too much water. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Star Trek, how's it going? Middle shower is a creepy statue looking at you when you're naked. This is the one I thought it was going to be. But yes, that's a little awkward. I mean, on the plus side, this one's kind of needs undressed too, so it's, you know, you're in good company, I guess. If nothing else. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this and make sure it actually goes. The water that's in here is gonna be kind of a nuisance because it's kind of already stuck in there. If I was smart, I would just get rid of the skimmer and redo it somewhere else. Maybe I will do that later. For the outputs, the skimmer's outlet has priority to the toilets. Do the bridge arrangement. The skimmer's outlet has priority to the toilets. I mean, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe I should just destroy the skimmer and just be done with it. Relocate it. I'm actually going to move it down, I think, anyway. Based on the oxygen pressure we have, the skimmer's doing literally nothing up here. CO2 is getting higher. Let's just get rid of this. It's creating too many complicated setups over here. With like zero benefit. There we go. I love that new setup, so now that when you clean pipes out like that, it empties it all. Yeah, we have excess pipe bridges, but it's okay. Okay, another toilet can go. Consider playing Pixark instead of Minecraft. I have Pixark. I played it a tiny little bit, but I didn't find it super engaging. Oh, guys, you're not gonna want these cookies turned out awful. Oh no, not the awful cookies. Wait, are you just saying that to fool us so you can keep all the cookies for yourself? I feel like that's what's going on here. More lavatories. Plumbing. Swap out another sink. But that's when we get some auto sweepers over here. I won't have to manually fill the power generator anymore. Temperatures are improving in small little bits in certain areas. Over here, it's actually starting to warm up nicely. It's almost 15 degrees. Which is good. When the duplicants get out of the shower, they won't have icicles. So everybody says, oh, muckroot or copper? I could almost double my copper again, and my food's in good shape, so I'm going to take the copper. Did it all for the cookie. Use the polluted water for your dupe shower to clean... clean water is expensive. No, it's fine. I want it to warm up. I don't know that you can use polluted water in the shower. I've never tried. You can use germy water. Like, all this water has germs in it. Not that much, though, actually. The pipes are showing pretty clean. A little bit back there. Liquid pipe with the contents that have 10,000 germs in it. So it's germy, but it's just not necessarily dirty. Have the pipes frozen? I don't think so. No, it's like 10 degrees. It's fine. Actually, no, sorry, 15 degrees. It won't freeze. We're okay. Alright, we need another sink in here. And that, of course, will need to be connected. Deconstruct this one, and then we'll finally have our... Well, actually, I'll have to do one more sink, but then we'll have the bathroom finished. For the time being, anyway. If we end up adding more duplicates later, we may have to actually add additional bathroom facilities, but... should be fine. There are no germs in this biome for the most part. Can't turn disinfecting off. Well, there are some germs, but yeah, you can turn it off for like certain buildings and things. You can also set like a higher threshold where they won't go after germs until they get to a higher threshold. Maybe that would be a good idea. That way we can kind of tackle it all at once. No, not the wash basin. Sink. Ah, no. Ah, man. All right, hold on. This pipe's got to go over one more. It's gonna be another messy piping setup. Oh, please somebody do that pipe like after the polluted water goes by. I'll watch Rime streaming, but I would prefer Pixark to Minecraft. Well, like I said, I haven't necessarily decided whether I'm going to play Minecraft or not. The thing I've been trying to think about is, like, what can I do that's going to be different? Like, if I play a game like that, to just do, like, a normal playthrough, I don't know how interested people would be in watching. So, I don't know. I'm not really decided what I'm going to do. It's just hard to ignore something that's that popular, you know? Pipe bridge by the door to the bathroom that pulls water out so you can break the pipe. Oh, I have a pipe bridge down here that will pull the water through. Yeah, I mean, I could put one here, and that would force it to go a particular route, I guess, but I think it's all right. We got it. Timing was fine. It's going to be ugly, but only if you look at the piping layout. It should be fine on the surface. There we go. Yeah, I don't like this. Hold on. I gotta deconstruct some more. Now that we don't have that, the carbon skimmer there, we can get rid of the pipe bridge here. I'll move the pipe bridge up one. And I'll set the priority so the water goes to the toilets and the sinks first. There we go. Then the showers will only fill up if we have the excess water. About like Dungeon 3. Don't know if you've played it or not. No, I haven't. Can't say that I have tried it. I do like the fact that you can pick your world to spawn in. I think that's great. I like that there's more variety now. It used to be you would just pick one. There was basically one world. And I think the biggest thing with that is that I had played so often that it was just kind of like everything I was doing was almost by second nature. I didn't really have to think about what I was up to. So now it's nice to have some variety, different types of asteroids and stuff. You can set some different conditions on it so you can make it more difficult, less difficult. Anything there that gives like newer players more variety too, so they can start with something simple and then build up in complexity, I think is good. Cryptic streaming Dungeon Master. Now that would be funny. I haven't seen the game, so I'm not really sure what it's like. Could have used bridge over the sinks instead of piping around. Yeah, yeah, I guess I could have done that. Well, actually, no, because as soon as I put the sink down, it would have connected to the output. You're right, I could put a bridge like right here, but it doesn't really matter. It's in the wall, so as long as you don't look, it'll be fine. Just don't look. Don't look at the piping. I can deconstruct this here now, too. I don't remember why I built that there. Did I do that by accident? Second nature to let the dupes pee in water every time. That's right, it was, Scott. Here's the thing, like, the germs don't really matter all that much. It's almost not worth the level of effort it takes to spend, like, considering the germs. They're just not really impactful. Yeah. 7 days to die? Yeah, definitely not on this channel. So, Fox, you into the furry oxygen unincluded streaming thing? Nope. I'm not a furry. It's just, I just happen to be named CrypticFox. It's not specifically related to any furry-related hobbies. Don't look at the piping, it shows all the pipes. I can't help it, I had to make sure it was all working right. But look, on the surface it looks fine. If you don't go to the pipe overlay, it's fine. There's just no, just don't look, don't pull back the curtain. It's not worth it. Don't pull back the curtain. All right. What else can we do temperature-wise in here? Actually, did I get the decor I needed to make this the proper room? No, it's still a mess hall. Where is the big fancy statue? Oh, it must be in a research I haven't unlocked yet. Oh, there it is. Ah, Renaissance art. I gotta go one more. Then we can make the giant statue block art thing. I think I'm gonna put some refrigerators up here. Oh yeah, that was exactly where I wanted that. Flying in space. Yep. No problem at all. Do a little double fridge in here. Connect this up to our power grid. Each one of those are going to consume 120 watts. That's 240 watts right there. That'd be a bit much. Okay. Everything edible, muckroot, mushroom pickled, yep, that's fine. Medicine, curative tablets, sure. Set these to priority 7. Actually, no, I'll make them a 6. So they'll move all the stuff out of this box, and then we can destroy this thing. Our food won't rot on us, which is good, because we have over 100,000 kilocalories of it. You asked me something. Yeah, you keep asking me the same thing, Werewolf Guy Plays, and I don't really understand the question. You happen to me repeat nonsensical things. Do the wilted flowers in this hall cause negative decor still? That's a good question. I don't think so. Yep. Well, no, it's actually hard to tell. It's showing total decor. Yeah, it is actually. It does give negative decor for those. All right, I guess we should uproot them. Until things get a little warmer in there, I guess I can't have them there. I never noticed that they gave negative decor. What are the things in the corners of the room? This is corner molding, so it adds a small, just a really small benefit to decor. So you see positive value, 16.5. No, the corner molding adds 6, rather. So you're getting plus 6 for that. Tiny, tiny little bit of decor boost. First thing on the right is in and out. Oh, yep, thank you. Okay, good. So they have water for showers. They have water for toilets. Duplicates are living in the lap of luxury over here. They're not going to know what to do with themselves. Temperatures are nice down here, even. I mean, on a relative scale. Okay, good. We should give them some form of a break room. I feel like espresso is going to have to be at some point in our future, which is going to require some fancy gardening, because we're going to need to crank up some temperatures a bit. In order to get the pinch of pepper nuts, we're going to need higher temperatures than what we have. Let's go, you know what? I'm going to go over here. And we'll take a look and see what's in this polluted water business over here. I want to see what the temperatures are like coming out of this thing. I think as somebody mentioned, it's like 30 degrees the polluted water comes out at. But I would like to confirm that, because I cannot remember for the life of me. Blueprint. Shine nymph eggs. Yeah. That's what we need. More bugs to keep our people awake. Werewolf Guy Plays, I don't really want to do that. How am I heating the base at the moment? For the most part, I'm just using ambient temperature from different buildings. So We're producing oxygen using the oxygen diffuser, and those output oxygen at like 30 degrees Celsius. So it's gradually building temperature around it. I have a couple batteries set up that release heat just by storing power in them. This one's not accomplishing a lot because it's kind of there by itself. But so far, we're just heating through ambient temperatures. So if you put it in a room for the CO2 scrubber. Well, what I'm thinking is just putting the CO2 scrubber down here, maybe. But I also want to get to mushrooms eventually. The CO2 pressure down here is relatively high. If we stop producing oxygen for any reason, it's going to overtake the colony pretty fast. So I should scrub it out. Might even be worth having another water sieve. We have a fair amount of sand. Power might be my only concern. Need to find sleet wheat. I don't know that there is any sleet wheat on this particular asteroid. It does have a frozen core, but that was a trait we took, and I don't think there's any I don't think there's any ice biomes on this asteroid. I won't know until we expand and search a little bit more, but I think somebody had mentioned that. But the scrubber same level as a coal generator, so you have CO2 for mushrooms later. Yeah, that's a good idea. Or even like down here, if I just put it one level lower. Isn't there a critter that will give you phosphorite, or did I dream that? There is, I believe. Who poops out phosphorite? I can't remember. It might be one of the hatches. What's the frozen core made of? Oh, the Drecos do. Yes, thank you, the Drecos. Yeah, I don't know what the frozen core is made out of. We haven't got down there to check it out yet. It's pretty cold down there. Like I can't rush down there too quickly, or things will go poorly for us. I think we're gonna have some temperature issues too with trying to warm up farming for mushrooms. If there's even, I don't know if there's even a slime biome on this asteroid. We got a lot of exploring to do to figure it out. Oh yeah, there is. There's one over here. Oh good. Oh, and up there too. Ha, all right. So yeah, that is an option. I'll have to get to it. Hey, Sidro, how are you? The crabs poop dirt. I think is it dirt or sand? I can't remember. They take on polluted dirt. I thought they output sand. Frozen core is like a minus 100. It's insane. Yeah, I believe it. We're gonna need exosuits before we get on there, so that's gonna be a little ways along, because we're still gonna need to have a Dreco farm. And actually, I guess we could put our Drecos in here. I have a couple of eggs here. So we have shine nymph eggs, larva eggs, Dreclet eggs. What temperature do the Drecos need? Livable, 15 degrees to minus 110, so I can't even keep them alive right now. If they hatch, I got a problem. We're close. You know what temperature the natural gas geyser top right outputs at? It outputs at, whoops, I don't want to do that. Cancel analysis. It's coming out at 150 degrees Celsius. But it's been sitting here idle, so it's in the steep negatives. Even though it supposedly comes out at that temperature, it takes a long time for it to heat up, I find. Larva eggs and slicksters? Yeah, we have 3 larva eggs there for slicksters. But temperatures are much too cold. We can't see, like, even coming out here, they freeze their butt off. It's minus 22 degrees out here. I shouldn't have opened that up, maybe. It's gonna let all those cold gases in. Minus 15. It's minus 4 over here, and then we get into the bathroom, and it turns into like 11. Just throw larva eggs at the bottom and a heater in a 2x2 room. Hey, Mr. McBaldspot. How you doing? But natural gas geysers also don't run as often as cool steam vent or polluted water vent. Yeah. I mean, the natural gas geyser is great. I love that thing. But when they changed it so they have like periods of like activity and dormancy, It's not as consistent as it used to be, that's for sure. Okay, I've kind of been delaying on my power setup, but I think I'm going to set it up down below my colony. We'll set up a larger power plant, maybe underneath the water supply. If we can get it hot enough down here, I could use it as a heating mechanism to channel things through and spread that out through the rest of the colony. Right now, I have like my coal generator here. Let's be like as a one-off, but we're gonna want a more concentrated setup down here. So I'm just gonna build it all the way across. Connect this up ladder on both ends. So from here I can put in a couple power generators, and then we can run heavy watt wire out to the left and right, and that will let us put in some transformers, and we can set up like a bridge of wires that goes upward. You use polluted water geyser output to warm up farm area for mushrooms. Yeah, I want to see what the temperature of the polluted water output is in this, because I would like to gather it and make use of it. It's just going to be a question of the temperature. I think it's like 30 degrees, but polluted water vent, yeah, 30 degrees it comes out. 6.5 kilograms per second. It's going to have food poisoning germs in it, but I don't really care about that so much. I don't have a source of chlorine right now either, so I can't really purify the water, but I could pump it in, send it around the colony to warm things up. Obviously, we'd have to dodge around the piping mess I made over here, plus this piping over here, but that's not that big a deal. And we could warm up some of that. Or I can even just send it to like an individual place. I might maybe just use it to warm up the farming area and then back out. And to do that, I can leverage some of the piping I already have here, so we can just deconstruct this. Actually, I didn't deconstruct the whole thing. It'd work better if I actually put it through the tiles. I just gotta watch it doesn't get too cold, but should be fine. So let's do a ladder out here, and we'll plan for some insulation. Oops. Cancel this. Go like that. It's gonna require a little double little ladder work in here. Oh, actually, this one here, if I put it over one, over two, actually, we can clear out the whole thing. All right, so this will be our polluted water reservoir for this use. Mechanized airlock door. Down at the bottom here, we'll throw in a pump. Use insulated tiling to send the pipe out this way. It's gonna be a little bit of an awkward setup here. Okay, so we'll go in like that. I'm just gonna use regular liquid piping in here to run through our farm tiles. So we'll warm up our farm space to make sure. Whoops. Come on. Crazy pipe. We'll warm up the farm space just to make sure that our crops don't stifle because of temperatures. And then at the same time, that'll actually sort of add some ambient heat to the general area too. It's gonna be messy. Messy. Into here, we need a liquid bridge. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Hold on there. I can actually go this way. Oh, I already built the pipe there. Drat. Let's go like this. We'll pump it like right into here. Dump it back into the same space. See how that works. Later on, I actually want to clean it, so I'm going to take the water and when I have it down here, I can pump it through like a sieve to clean it. We'll need to de-germ it because this water's really germy, and then I can actually start to refill this reservoir. But I got to set up a cleaning system first. Quick carpet the floor as the ground's cold to walk on. If I don't have any fiber, otherwise I would consider that. Oh, we can finally build our big statue in the dining hall, too. All these are done. Whatever. We'll just start grabbing random things. Let's get our statue built over here. I'm waiting on this. Get this out of... Oh, no! Oh, I'm so dense. I built 2 fridges there. Hold on. Let's break one. I can't. I need the food storage. Alright. Deconstruct this one. I'm going to put a second fridge down here instead. Because I want my statue, darn it. Excess food can go in that fridge. And then up here, we're going to do our big statue instead. Make that out of granite. That'll make this into a proper mess hall, too. Or great hall, rather. Keep the small one to temporizer to kill germs, then pipe to the main water reservoir. Well, like, the whole thing's germy. Like, this was all germy, this is germy. If I could find some chlorine, like, source for chlorine, I'd rather use a chlorine, like a reservoir in a chlorine room to kill it. Heat just takes so much power, whereas the chlorine does it naturally, without any extra consumption. A long way from building the giant statue. I don't know what you're talking about. We have 12 tons of granite. Oh, the giant statue. Oh, yeah, yeah. We're not building that one anytime soon. that one's going to be a while. I just meant the other giant one. You know, whatever. Thimbleweed seeds. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Is that chlorine pocket at the bottom of your base? Chlorine pocket. This is ice down here. Oh, there's chlorine down. Oh, yeah. Chlorine geyser. Chlorine gas vent. Whatever. Okay, so we do have chlorine. It's going to take a while to get down there, though. Just a little bit outside of where we want to be at. Have all the gas. Natural gas, polluted water, chlorine. Yeah, this particular asteroid is geoactive. So we'll have probably quite a few geysers in this one. Extend the left-hand fire pole. Oh yeah, we should. Now that we got that there, oh yeah, if we dig this out here, we'll make this a little wider. A little more CO2 fall down there, and we can put the fire pole all the way down. There we go. Doing well, actually. The cold's kind of a nice change because we don't have to struggle with cooling stuff down. Constantly having to worry about cooling systems. So many of the ambient, like the, or not ambient, but like the just the natural output of the buildings produces heat for us. Kind of makes things easier. Still snow, hard digging. Let's go to a higher level. Oh, now we have a plumber finally. Not the pipe emptying is necessarily that critical, but let's put you on improved carrying. Doopy McDuke face, you can do exosuit wearing. Oh, that's not what I thought. It was the mechatronics engineer I was trying to go for. Alright, exosuit wearing's fine. Zacharano, improved carrying. Poblani pepper. Brittleloo, I guess we could give you more farming ability. Okay, there we go. Skill point spent. Can you check the output temp of the chlorine geyser? Could be a good spot for pinch peppers and drecos. Yep, it very well could be. Ooh, it's cold down here right now, but that's because it's been idle. 60 degrees Celsius. That's not bad. Ooh, what do we got here? Halt over body temperature. No! Darn you, cold. Darn you and such. It's just a little too chilly down here. So it's warming up nicely up here. The bathroom's nice. Kitchen's not bad. Dining area is cold. Bedroom up here is cold. You know what I could do is I could just put lights in. That would produce heat even. Thank you for the stream. Need to head to bed. Take care. See you, Mark. Thanks for popping in. Heating loop isn't connected correctly to the drain. And kit, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I haven't dealt with it yet. But they haven't built all this yet. I'm not super worried about it until they get all this dug out. For now, I'm leaving most of this intact because they need to dig all this junk. We also had a semi-magic food guy who would give us sandwiches if we were nice. We don't have to worry about rations. Food. Sandwiches. I'm hungry now. Feel like a grilled cheese sandwich in my future, although it's probably not a good thing to eat right before bed. You gonna play Turmoil again? Probably not on the channel. No, it was those videos really underperformed, unfortunately. Oh, you're talking D&D. Oh, I see. Yeah, I enjoyed Turmoil, but not as many other people did, apparently, so it didn't really do very well for views and stuff, so I probably won't. Need comfy sweaters. Yeah, we need reed fiber for that. Good work, little duplicants. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, we got the fancy lion. Temperature here is like 10 degrees now. 10, 11 degrees. What do we need for Briar? 10 to 30, but it's kind of fluctuating in and out of where I want it to be. I could put them in these ones at the end, I guess. They seem to be holding temperature a little bit better. Turmoil was quite fun, but I think a lot of people was a bit too basic. Potentially, yeah, but it was also one of those things where it wasn't a brand new game. So a lot of the interest in the game had come up earlier. It was actually a fairly popular game on some other channels that I'd seen. But a little bit late for when I started playing it, I think. Good game, though. I enjoyed it. Does MIRHT have a better temp range? I don't understand what you mean. Coffee function exists for plants too. Yeah, I know it does. That's how I set up my farming. Huh. Okay, let's get a little priority out here. I want them to do this a little bit sooner. Put a 6 on everything out here. Yeah, whatever. Just highlight the whole thing, I guess. No. Priority 6. There we go. Do all that stuff. Pitch pump of the fresh water is doing nothing. Yeah, it's out of reach now. We still have a second one over here they can still get to, but... Water is going to present problems if we keep this up. We're almost finished with the research, though, so we'll stop consuming water that way, which is good. Actually, I should check the recipe on the pickled lights. Is it? Yeah, there's no water involved in this, so it's fine. Speaking of water. Mirth is... Oh, the mirth leaf is... Yeah, 20 to 50 degrees, so it needs to be even warmer. What's the machine to the bottom left of your base? This here is the rock crusher, so they punch this to make refined metals. Time to start melting ice. Potentially. We have all this polluted water here. I gotta de-germ it. How's the decor in the mess hall? Should be pretty good now. Yep, not bad. Should be actually now a great hall. Yeah, it's a great hall now. So decor's fine. Decor in this living quarters is fine. It's not as great up here, unfortunately. Have to fix that eventually. Had lovely luck today. No rain at your door. No rain. Entire way to work. Lightning north of you. Oh, nice. Joy plants are 0 to 100. They're more tolerant of heat. Do I have any Joy plants? No, I don't. Mirth leaf and briar, but yeah, the Joya is good from 0 to 100. You put the ice form, ice in the bottom right corner in the cistern to melt it. Yeah, it'll also, Triple is going to really drop the temperature. So I could mine this out, you're right. We have a way to get in there. What I need in now... The automatic dispenser. So I can put an automatic dispenser down here. Set up a ladder for our duplicants to climb down there. Deconstruct this thing. Once they deconstruct this, I can put a ladder in, and then I can tell them to go over here to dig up the ice. Bring it down to the automatic dispenser, which will just dump it out into the water. It's gonna make the water cold, though, unfortunately. Do not mine the ice. You lose half the mass if you mine it. Get the full mass if you melt it. Oh. It's probably noteworthy. I don't know if I can get the temperature up high enough. Well, it's actually just above freezing, but... Come on. Oh, what the heck? That was weird. I didn't tell you to do that. Alright, let's dig all this out. Create a place for the water to go to, anyway. Actually, I do put down one here so I can... Throw a heater below it? Oh, that's a good idea. That won't take much. Relatively low on the power output, or power requirement, anyway. Down here is where we're going to do our other power generation. So, for now... We'll set up a couple of coal generators down here. I don't really care whether they're actually in a power generation room. I'm not really going to be maximizing their power. A little storage bin in here. In preparation for some automation, mechatronics, whatever. This end of the line we can put... No, let's cancel that. Hold on. I don't want to go quite that far. That's fine. Okay, so over here we'll do just a regular power transformer this side. And I guess we'll do the same thing on the other side. Connect the heavy watt wire into there. Scott with the super chat. Farm emergency. $2 super chat. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate the super chat. Whoa. What happened? Don't tell them about the plants. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, guys. What the heck happened there? That was weird. Fox focus on power. I mean, we have 129,000 kilocalories of food. It's not really that critical, but it is a good idea that we get it cleaned up and replanted. I've never seen that happen before. I dug out everything. Go me. It must have been like, it must have been something I was doing when I was over here. It like, because it copied it up to here. Maybe it copied it all the way over there too. That's crazy. Downright nutty. Salt water. I don't really have a need for salt water, but we'll take it anyway. We might have a need for salt water later, I guess. That was crazy. Oh, the Draco's hatched. What happens if the dig order glitched by the ice when the game saved it dragged? Yeah, it sure did. It's an unplanned feature of the game when it lags sometimes. I can literally set your new command from where, yeah. Good times. Scott here, what's going on? Hey, Billy. We're busy building out our colony here, expanding out a little bit. We built plumbed-in bathrooms. We're setting up a new power grid down below. Tapping into a polluted water geyser over here so that we can use the heat from it to warm up our farming area. Because everything's chilly on the Rime asteroid. Just a little bit frosty. So far, so good. The food's been good. Stress and everything's down at 0. So, happened to you today? Cost you all your farms? Oh, no. How has he magically not experienced the save bug yet? I thought they patched in the save bug. There was a patch note that came out. Hold on. Clay game updates. I did see some patch notes recently. Actually, the last one was from the 6th. Fixed the crash occurring when opening the schedule screen. Reverted an update for the issue with the plants. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had too many save game crashes. Some places are still not planted. It deselected them. Oh, great. There we go. Thank you. I think the frozen core and glacier biomes make everything even colder. It does, yeah. So like the frozen core is like 100 degrees, minus 100 degrees Celsius. So when we get down there, things are gonna be pretty chilly. We'll want to have exosuits and stuff before we do that. But that's okay, I guess. I want this wire to connect into this side, and this wire to connect into this side. Once it's ready to go, I'll sever it in the middle, and we'll have a separate grid on each side. And then I can get rid of the coal generator that's here. It's producing heat, but it's not actually heating up as much as I thought it would. 16, 17 degrees over here. Which is not really crazy, all things considered. I should put some insulated tile under here. Maybe I can close this in its own little room. Enough to, like... No, they're not going to be able to reach that anyway. Just have to try to keep the cold from negating the heat we're producing down here. Because if we can get things warm enough down here, we might be able to use a radiant loop to heat some of the colony too. Now I have a reason to make sweaters for everyone. That's right, because normally the sweaters are not terribly useful. Ooh, purple heavy watt wire. Look at that fancy coloring. So they have different wire colors now based on the load that the wire is containing and managing, which is kind of neat. So they got like inactive, safe, strained, and overloaded. Or it used to just be red or white. Now they have 4 color coatings, which is nice. There's a pump in the water, unless you there's a pump in the water unless you mean a hand pump. Still think pumping water into the kitchen. Yeah, it's over here. Oh, this is blocked on the side. I need to fix that. We'll leave it there. Yeah, so there's a pump over here that's pushing water up here, and they can grab it from the hand pump here. This is the only sink that's left on that actually needs water, and then we're using water in the supercomputer, and then outside of that, they're not going to need water shortly. Let the cold gens heat the ice below. They'll still heat above also. Oh, what do you mean? Like set the cold generators over here, you mean? Yeah, I'm just going to use a little bit of power and we'll set a heating coil under there instead. Yeah, there was a pump here that I removed because it wasn't touching the water anymore. Is it lavender heavy out wiring? Lavender, definitely lavender. Purples you forgot to get. Yeah, purples is just inactive. It's not being used. It's not hooked up to anything. It's more ice below than the cold gens. I think you meant... Oh, that ice. I don't know that the heat... Well, that's snow down here. Yeah. Yeah, there's little bits of it. I'm not super worried about that. Our water requirement's going to go down quite a bit when we finish research, because the supercomputer is the one thing that's consuming the most water right now. This loop doesn't use any more water. It's just in its own permanent cycle. If anything, it's pushing out a little bit of excess. Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of excess out of there, but otherwise, no big deal. Did I set up wiring out here? I did not. So we're gonna need that. I guess we'll just tap this into the grid down here. And if they get this finished, it'd be nice to get that little, just a little bit of warming loop out of it. It's not gonna be a lot, unfortunately, but I should put a switch in here. Because I don't want the water level to be too low. You can put a liquid sensor, I guess. Liquid element sensor. If I put that here, we could set it so the pump will only turn on when the water level is at a certain point. Because I don't want it to be like constantly running and putting like one tiny little glug of water in. Just won't do any good. Why take the wire up and over the wall when you can go through it? Oh my god, I don't know. Force a habit. We could save a little bit of extra construction there. Man, body temperature's a problem down here now. First time we've run into too many cold issues in our farm area. It's a good thing we had a good reserve of food set up already. Oh, I forgot to set this up. This I want to be... Oops. No, come on. Copy settings, plug that there, but this one's going to be priority 5. There we go. So they'll prefer to store it in the lunchroom where people actually eat, and then if this is full, they'll stash it here in this fridge, and that'll be fine. Not that we're making anything right now, but... Why not use a hydro sensor? Yeah, whatever works. I mean, they have, plumbing... Liquid element sensors for in the pipe, and then I guess if we go into automation... Yeah, hydro sensor works too, I guess. I mean, 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. It's... Kind of does the same thing, ultimately. At least in this application. Oh, I built this in a way I can't actually reach that wall to finish it off. Alright. Let's not worry about that. Ooh, it is cold, though. Minus 26 degrees. My only concern here is the polluted water that's going to come out of this. Might get pretty cold before it gets any warmer. There's a lot of cold metals down here. You have to get a map that has enough salt to rely on rust for air. I always fall back on the SPOM. Yeah, I like the SPOM in general. I like the setup for controlling it. Although I've kind of been toying around with some different layouts and stuff for using the rusty oxidizers. Nothing fancy, but those are the last 3 things I think we need to research, and then we're done with those research machines. I guess I can get rid of them. I might leave them there because they might still have some ambient heat on them. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Hey, Wesso, you are late. We're actually going to be ending the stream in about 8 minutes. You planning on some way to deal with the carbon dioxide? Yeah, ultimately. We had a carbon skimmer going for a little while. I'll set up another one down here somewhere. What the? Where did that water come from? Must have been ice down here. Oh, yeah, there is ice. You can see it bouncing and melting there. I'm gonna throw a mesh tile here so I can do a bottle emptier for clean water. Thief Simulator? Yeah, I played some Thief Simulator, actually. Again, another game that didn't really get a lot of views for me. People weren't super interested in it when I played it. But yeah, I'll set up another carbon skimmer down here when I don't know when I get around to it. For right now, oxygen's in a good place. It's keeping all the CO2 in check by keeping it pressed down bottom. But there is quite a bit of pressure in CO2 down there. I am going to have to deal with it eventually. Because if I don't, then I risk a scenario where if we don't produce enough oxygen, we actually end up letting all the CO2 flood into the colony, and that could be a bit of a problem. As it stands right now, it's in great shape, but... Blueprints. Algae or sandstone? I have 74 tons of sandstone, so I think I'm going to go with the algae. Oh, I don't have that much algae left. I have to dig some more up. Speaking of not producing oxygen. Got all this coal and stuff out here, too. I could actually set up a ladder out here. It's kind of a long way for the duplicants to go, though. I might need to set up an exosuit room here once I can get actually some reed fiber going. But there's lots of algae out here still, too. If I can get to it. Dig all that out. This is all done. We can dig this now, so we can finally set loose the water. Assuming it's not dormant. I mean, it might be. Analyze that also while we're at it. Poor Dublin's gonna get germy, but they'll wash up as they go through. You guys are super hooked on the sandwich discussion. What'll I do when I run out of algae? I'm going to swap over to a different system and use electrolyzers to produce oxygen, but I'll need a consistent flow of water for that first. The nice thing with this is that I don't care whether the water has germs in it when we use it for producing oxygen, because the food poisoning germs will just end up the food poisoning germs will actually just end up dying off in the air. So I don't actually have to worry too much about that. Alright, let's go utilities. We'll set up a space heater out here. Really? It takes 2 tiles? I hate how they offset something so it like sits in between. Oh, I don't want that. I want mesh tile under here. There we go. Little copper wiring. That's all set. Oh, this is running, actually. I can set this up now for... Well, if I copy the settings here. Paste it there. This one I can deconstruct. And then our grid's all set up so I can split it off in the middle here now, too. Bottom right CO2 lock will get filled with water where the ice melts if you don't make a roof over it. Yeah, but I mean the water lock works also. As soon as I dig into this, I'm going to get water down here. The only difference is that, yeah, I guess the duplicants going in and out of that, they're probably not going to appreciate getting wet, but... let's get the liquid pump out here, too. Because the whole point in setting this up was so we could capture the water and send it back in for usage. Send that... Oh. Anyway, stick it right here. Just dump it all down the opening. That's severed, so that's fine. Okay, we now need a smart battery down here, too. I did create some, little bit of refined metal, so we can set a smart battery on the grid here. Hopefully we have enough refined metal left to do automation wire, so we can hook it up to this to shut the generators off, because we don't want to run them excessively. Good. Good, good. Power and heating and all that junk. It's French toast a sandwich. You guys are nuts. All right, so we made some pretty good progress today. Colony's starting to look a little bit bigger. Still hyper organized, which is unusual for me. Usually by the time I get to this point, I have so many duplicants that stuff gets pretty disorganized over time. Got a good buffer of food. We have a good position for oxygen. Temperatures aren't the best, but they are improving in the core part of the colony. We did full plumbed bathroom today. We got a mess room today. Proper kitchen with plumbing set up. Power grid established at the bottom. We're gonna melt some more ice over here for water. Tapping into our first geyser to tap into that to get some heat for our colony also. So all in all, I think a fairly productive stream. It is just about midnight my time now though, so I am going to call it a wrap for tonight. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Come back and check out some more streams and videos. I'm not sure what my stream schedule is going to be this week, so I'm just going to continue to kind of decide what I'm going to play each night as I go, so keep an eye out on the channel for those to be posted. But thanks again, everyone, for coming to hang out tonight. Appreciate the super chats from everyone. I was always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.